Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really interesting information to go over. We have new Nintendo leaks to take a look at. We have new events that have been announced. Also some new starter Pokemon hints for Legends EA. There's a lot of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the latest Nintendo leaks. So we have this post here by Nintendo Soup saying, rumor, re-releases of 2 classic games planned for the Switch after March 2025. Now, of course, this is labeled as a rumor, but the source of this comes from the person that said the Nintendo Switch 2 was going to get delayed, which of course turned out to be true. A lot of the information that they've given to, I guess, the community it's all been right. So this is most likely also going to be right, which is why it's more or less a leak instead of a rumor. But either way, this is the Nintendo Soup article. So they say, rumor, re-releases of 2 classic games planned for the Switch after March 2025. Now, of course, we all know that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be announced at least by March 2025, during this fiscal year. So the fact that they're still releasing classic games for the Nintendo Switch, even though the Switch 2 is going to have been announced by then, it might even be out by March 2025. Again, it's unlikely, but it could be a possibility. It's cool that they are still kind of like bringing games to the Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty sure that these games will also be available for the Nintendo Switch 2 as well, especially if there's backwards compatibility. But just the fact that they are still bringing it for the Switch as well is kind of cool, in case obviously you can't get a Switch 2 straight away. So Nintendo recently released a couple of remasters of several of their classic games, but a new rumor suggests that there may be even more in the pipeline for the Nintendo Switch. So this report comes via Brazilian journalist Pedro Henrique, who was among the first to report the initial rumors that the Nintendo Switch successor had been delayed to a Q1 2025 launch. According to PH, Nintendo is working on re-releases of 2 classic games for the Switch, one that was originally released on the GameCube and the other originally released on the 3DS. So it's quite interesting what these games could potentially be. They haven't said what the games are, it's just they initially came out for the GameCube and the 3DS. So obviously, massive roster of the possibilities that these games could be. Obviously, I'm hoping for like Colosseum or something like that. But yeah, GameCube is my favorite console of all time. So hopefully any kind of GameCube game is a massive one that they really want to bring back. It could even be like Wind Waker or something like that. The 3DS one, I'm not really too sure what that's going to be. Maybe some sort of Mario game, I'm not really sure. But they say PH claims that the 2 titles are planned to launch sometime after March 2025 and are unlikely to be shown off at the upcoming June 2024 Direct. So these are 2 games that are not going to be coming out until next year, and also are most likely not going to get announced during the Nintendo Direct, which is very likely anyway, because we know that this June Nintendo Direct is going to focus on Nintendo Switch games coming out in the latter half of this year. They're probably going to be in the latter half of this fiscal year as well, and obviously after March 2025 is the next fiscal year, so it wouldn't really make sense for them to kind of reveal these games in the Nintendo Switch Direct when they can just announce it later on down the line. It also says, building off on this, PH goes on to speculate that Nintendo intends to continue supporting the original Switch model even after its successor is launched, as these 2 remasters would still be releasing for the current Switch after the successor's rumored launch window. PH presumes this is because Nintendo wants to continue tapping on the current Switch's massive install base. As with all rumors of this nature, however, we caution readers to take them with a grain of salt. Stay tuned for more updates as they come. I mean, it makes sense. Not everyone is going to be able to afford or buy or be able to get their hands on the Nintendo Switch 2 as soon as it comes out. So them still releasing games for the Nintendo Switch, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad they're still doing it as well. And it just gives you more things to get excited by. I'm sure it will be on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Again, if there is backward compatibility, which there mainly is going to be, it's very likely, then it's going to be, it's going to be good to see them on both consoles. But either way, looking like a remaster of a GameCube and a 3DS game are going to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch and most likely the Nintendo Switch 2 after March 2025. We also have Stove talking about this as well, saying, new rumor from PH Brazil, the person who first said the Switch was delayed to Q1 2025. In 2025, Switch will be receiving 2 re-releases, one from GameCube and one from 3DS. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds on Switch. That's what I would want. He added, neither are likely to be shown during the June Nintendo Direct as to not get anyone's hopes up. By March 2025, the Nintendo Switch could be pretty close to 150 million units sold. Even with a new system, it's smart to put new low resource software on it. That's a huge install base. And this is an outrageous rumor? Absolutely not. Nintendo did the exact thing in 2024. Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, and Luigi's Mansion 2 to give Switch's audience a little more, even with a new system out. This makes sense. So, yeah, it's very likely to be true. Again, they're kind of like quoting it as a rumor because it is a rumor until obviously it's confirmed. Everything is. Like, even if it's very likely a leak, it's still technically a rumor until we get confirmation. But either way, looking very, very good for the Nintendo Switch going into the next couple of years. And obviously, hopefully these games are really, really good fan favorites from the GameCube and the 3DS. Moving on, we do have some new starter Pokemon hints for Pokemon Legends ZA. So obviously these aren't rumors or leaks or anything like that. These are just like hints, speculations based on kind of like information that we know about and stuff from like Generation 9 and stuff like that. But either way, we have Light here tweeting out saying, this is my first hypothesis that Totodile, Snivy, and Litten will be the next starter Pokemon of Pokemon Legends ZA. So actually, there are missing 7 Pokemon in 7 Star Terra raid battles. So obviously, we spoke about this recently when we got the kind of Swampert announcement recently, obviously on the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet kind of raid situation, and 3 of them are on the same gen as the ones of Pokemon Legends Arceus. So Sceptile and Infernape have Pokemon Mega Evolutions already. If this happens, there is a chance that for closing the Legends Circle, there will be a last Legends game with Tepig, Chikorita, and Popplio. Also, those Pokemon don't have any type of special treatment. Generation 2, Generation 5, and Generation 7 starters will be used for Legends games. A trilogy Legends game sounds plausible for me. So, yeah, that might be what they do. Obviously, we had Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Maybe for Legends ZA. As we say, we have Chikorita, Tepig, and Popplio. And then obviously if we have a 3rd Legends game, which again, a lot of people think we are going to get like a trilogy because there was 3 books on the kind of on the table when we saw the initial Legends Arceus reveal trailer. So people think that, you know, the Legends Zygarde, well, the Legends ZA one could have been the green book. Obviously the Legends Arceus book that they opened, and then the one at the bottom is like the 3rd kind of trilogy of this sort of series that they are doing. I think there'll be more. Maybe it started off as a trilogy, but I think these Legends games are going to do really, really well, that they're just going to keep doing them. A little bit like what happened to Pokemon originally. Like, they were only supposed to do Generation 1 and Generation 2, and then it was just going to be cancelled. But because Generation 1 and 2 sold so well, they then went on to Generation 3 and Generation 4, and now Pokemon is what we know today. So it could be a similar situation like that. So the last Pokemon Legends game would probably have, I guess, what would we not have? So we'd obviously have Snivy, we would not have had Totodile yet, and we also wouldn't have had Litten. So that would be for like the final Legends game. But either way, Tepig, Chikorita, and Popplio completely out of the box. Like, no one would really be expecting those, but it is something that could happen. Again, I still think it'll be the Generation 6 starters, but that is something that they could do based on kind of like the information from the 7-star raids and stuff like that. We do also have some other speculation as well on the r/LegendsZA Reddit page by the Robbing Loy, saying starter assumptions, Snivy, Totodile, and Litten. A lot of people are kind of expecting Totodile lately, and I don't really know why. They obviously go into detail why, but it's an interesting random like kind of assumption because Piplup is right there, obviously with Napoleon and stuff. It seems very, very likely that Piplup would be the option, but either way, Snivy, Totodile, and Litten. So that French aesthetic that fits Superior, designed with the concept of a European knight in mind, kind of the Lady Oscar from the Rose, French Revolution Snivy, grass fighting post-evolution. Again, a lot of people are expecting Snivy. There's massive connotations with Snivy and Kalos anyway, like the Superior on the gates of the museum is on the poster of the wall of Sycamore's lab. Like, there's a lot of kind of actual Snivy kind of links in Kalos, but obviously there's a lot of French connotations with the actual Pokemon themselves. Eleanor is a crocodile found in Paris sewers in 1984, around the same time as this game takes place, potentially. Crocs have been told to be lurking in tunnels, sewers, under bridges. Totodile could be water dark post-evolution. There's a story where 2 local men who had been sentenced to death for their crimes saw an opportunity. They pledged to capture the crocodile terrorizing Leon if their death sentence would be revoked as a result. Seeing 2 criminals as a lesser threat than a giant man-eating reptile, the authorities agreed. So that could be like a little bit of a background story as to why Totodile might get some sort of treatment in this game. And then France has a cat population numbering an astonishing approaching 14 million, and their existence pose many ecological challenges, with the scientific community concerned about their impact on wildlife, so it could be obviously Litten, potentially being a fire psyche type. Each starter will give the trainer unique challenges to face, so there is actual, like, I guess, decent evidence as to supporting why all of these could potentially be starters as well. Again, I still think Piplup is the main kind of candidate just because of Napoleon and stuff, but yeah, Totodile, because of the like the crocodile like connotations and stuff like that, could very well be one of the starters as well. And I mean, Totodile hasn't had anything either. Like, there's not been any mega evolution for Alligator, not been any Gigantamax form, any new kind of regional form or anything like that. So yeah, maybe Totodile does get one. And again, maybe they do just carry on doing like the Gen 2, 5, and 7 Pokemon for the starters for Legends. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on, we have some new updates as well regarding the Pokemon Worlds. So Cerebi update, tweeting out saying you can now register your interest to get a chance to get a spectator badge for the Pokemon World Championships on Honolulu this August. So obviously that's where Worlds are taking place. Hopefully going to find some Legends ZA stuff out during Worlds. They usually do stuff like that, maybe a new Mega Evolution or something. But yeah, if you are wanting to go, you can now register for interest to get a chance to get a spectator badge. So obviously, if that's something you want to do, make sure to do it right now. And then also finishing things off for today's video, we do have the new Community Days event announcements for Pokemon Go. We kind of knew that there were Gumi and Cyndaquil anyway, but now we know the bonuses and stuff like that. So we have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Go Community Day on June the 9th, 2024 will focus on Gumi. It runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Local time, and these are just kind of the boost for it as well. So Gumi will appear more frequently in the wild. Obviously, you can get a shiny one. So the move that it's going to have is Thunder Punch as its charged attack. And then also Community Day, Special Day Research. Obviously, pay to, you know, get the ticket, whatever, because it's Niantic, terrible company. Event bonuses, 2 times catching Pokemon Candy. Also 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. So obviously, that's very, very good if you are trying to stock up on Stardust. 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Incense, excluding daily adventure incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Take a few snapshots during Community Day for a surprise. 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 3 for the day, so that's obviously very, very good. And then trades will also require 50% less Stardust as well. As well as that, they do the 4 and the 4-star raids for the evolutions and stuff like Sliggoo, timed research, field research, Pokestop showcases, everything like that. Really, really cool. So that is the Community Day for Gumi, which is going to be on the, the 9th of June. We also have the Community Day Classic as well, which is going to be the Fire-type starter Cyndaquil from the Johto region. This takes place on the 22nd of June, and it runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So these are the bonuses for Cyndaquil. So you get the featured attack being Blast Burn, which is of course one of the best Fire-type moves in the game. Obviously paid ticket as well. I mean, $1's not bad. It's just the fact that Niantic seem to put a price on everything now. It's just, I don't know, I feel like they're sucking everything out of this game. And anyway, event bonuses, you get 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon as well, so everything is doubled in terms of XP and Stardust, so that's obviously very, very good. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Incense, excluding daily adventure incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours. It'd be really cool if they did just do the daily adventure incense anyway. It would be nice just to obviously have the 3 hours for the Galarian birds and stuff. Anyway, take a few snapshots during Community Day for a surprise. And there's also field research, obviously Pokestop showcases, the web store thing, event bundles, everything like that. Like I say, kind of putting a price on everything, really. But yeah, and then I never even knew this before, but they're also kind of like, I guess, adding more stuff to these Community Day maps and stuff, so you can kind of like see where people are and whatnot. But anyway, that is the Community Day kind of event announcements and stuff for Cyndaquil on the 22nd, and then also Gumi on the 9th. So let me know your thoughts on everything that we have covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on the Community Days? Are you a big fan of the bonuses? And also, what are your thoughts on the starters for Legends ZA as well? What do you think the trio is going to be for Pokemon Legends ZA? Again, I still think it's going to be the Generation 6 starters, but I would also love Chikorita or Snivy to get some love, because those are 2 of my favorite grass-type Pokemon. And as well as that, what are your thoughts on what these potential games could be for the Nintendo Switch as well? Remastering a GameCube and a 3DS game as well. Again, I'm hoping for something like Wind Waker, but maybe Wind Waker gets announced before that and is at this Direct in June. But either way, we'll have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts on everything though. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Let's try it at 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.